Equipment understands the equestrian way of life, and everything you introduce into that life should be uniquely created to perform within it. So, we created the Kubota Winner Circle Tractor Package, designed exclusively for riders who expect uncompromising power, precision, and performance. Because every seasoned equestrian knows it has to be a Kubota.
Obios hemp bedding is superior to pine shavings in every way. Obios has little to no dust, ideal for horses with respiratory or allergy issues. Obios forms an absorbent comfort mattress with no ammonia smell, and it repels insects. Obios is made in France from true industrial hemp, so it's safe and test-free. Saves money too. When used properly, Obios saves $2,000 to $4,000 annually per stall. And Obios is eco-friendly, so it's good for horses and the planet. Obios hemp bedding, it's just that good.
Nobody tells you how quickly they move into your heart, or how quietly they become your whole world. They'll teach you patience without a word, courage without a question. You're not crazy. They just don't know horses like we do.
Con los terroristas.
They do the Harlem Shake.
15 minutes for a first on course. 15-minute call. First round track measured at 480 meters, 77 seconds. First round time allowed, 77. First round time allowed for the Bainbridge Company's 3-star Grand Prix. Underway at 10:30, just under 15 minutes for our top of the order.
Championships are powered by nutrition. Nutrina Pro Force feeds fuel your horses every step, whether you're navigating a grueling course, executing a half pass, or galloping to the final fence. Powered by Digestive Shield for optimal gut health and Rebound technology for faster recovery, Pro Force supports your horse's peak performance so they're ready to dominate again. Pro Force. Defend. Recover. Perform.
Give your horse the guts to win naturally. Give your horse the strength to win naturally. Give your horse the soundness to win naturally. Omega Alpha natural herbal formulas are proven safe and effective, backed by science and manufactured to the pharmaceutical grade standard. Omega Alpha, the science behind top performance, naturally.
There's a gentler side of Florida, just waiting for you to discover it, where America's first resort destination was built and genuine hospitality began. A place with cleaner sands, warmer waters, and fewer crowds. A place different than the rest, one that exceeds, excels, and surpasses all expectation, waiting here just for you. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches.
Ten minutes sit for our first on course. 10-minute call.
At Ringside Health, we've reimagined healthcare for the equestrian lifestyle, delivering personalized, executive-level care wherever your journey takes you. Whether you're at the barn, competing at a show, or relaxing at home, Ringside Health connects you to top-tier medical professionals. With a visit to our trailer or a quick call, expert care is always within reach. Our dedicated team travels with the equestrian community, providing in-person care at premier events across the country. Licensed nationwide, Ringside Health ensures seamless, convenient care through telemedicine, offering same-day prescriptions and personalized care plans no matter where you are. From acute care to wellness and functional medicine, Ringside Health is your trusted partner in achieving optimal health. At the show, at home, and everywhere in between. Ringside Health. Personalized care for the equestrian lifestyle. Healthcare that changes the way you show.
Your child works hard to excel as an equestrian, and their academics shouldn't have to take a back seat. At Score at the Top, we offer fully accredited, NCAA-approved, personalized learning designed around the demands of an equestrian schedule. From full-time and part-time private school programs to custom tutoring, flexible learning for the equestrian lifestyle. Ready to get started? Visit scorewef.com.
In a world of refined living and complex risk, protection must rise above the ordinary, demanding an understanding of what matters most. Volt is led by industry experts redefining insurance, crafting tailored coverage for the things you value most. From exceptional homes and luxury vehicles to yachts and private aircraft, each policy is purposefully designed, grounded in insight, and delivered with care. Discover protection without compromise at Volt Insurance.
3 minutes out from the start for the three-star Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Before we get underway this morning with our Grand Prix, we'd like to observe a moment of silence. Last week, the horse show community lost a prominent member in Gary Duffy. Gary was a devoted husband to Donna, a loving father to Augusta and Kelsey, and a proud grandfather to Robert, David, and George. He was the heart of the family and a friend, a coach, mentor, and much more to so many. Please join us in observing a moment of silence for Gary Duffy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's fine. Actually, looked really interesting with them standing up there.
Did he announce her already?
No.
Moment of silence.
Where's she going?
Right here.
Thank you. This time we ask that you please rise and remove cover as we'll have a rendition of the Star Spangled Banner ahead of our 10:30 start. Elizabeth Alago from West Palm Beach is a 17-year-old junior at Cardinal Newman High School. In addition to her love for singing, Elizabeth is a songwriter aspiring to become an original artist. Today she's honored to be back performing our national anthem for you, representing Mike Soper Music.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you to Elizabeth Alaga, 17-year-old junior at Cardinal Newman High School, for their rendition of the Star Spangled Banner ahead of our 10:30 start for today's Bainbridge Company's three-star Grand Prix. $120,000 in prize money up for grabs, a field of 42 for the first round of competition. That first round track measured at 480 meters and a time allowed of 77 seconds. Bainbridge Company is proud sponsor of the 2026 Equestrian Sport Productions annual show series, based here in Wellington, with offices in Orlando, Tampa, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, Raleigh, Atlanta, Dallas, and Austin. Bainbridge is one of the nation's premier owners, developers, builders, and managers of multifamily real estate. .42 to show for round one, and at the top of the order we have the world's number 9 ranked rider, the reigning Olympic gold medalist Christian Kuckuck, to kick us off. The German rider aboard the 11-year-old French-bred mare Fantasia de Vie. Well, just the 4 faults laid over the course. The knockdown at A at the Palm Beach Equine Clinic, a combination for Germany's Christian Kuckuck with Fantasia de Vie. The reference time at 72.36, just the 4. Jordan's Ibrahim Barazi next for the owner Kristen Holloway of Washington, D.C. with Kyra. Jordanian finishing well up to the 4-star level during the Winter Equestrian Festival this year. Second to get the start and piloting an 11-year-old Dutch-bred mare by VDL Zapatero. 20 jumping, 18 on the clock, a total of 38 for Ibrahim Barazi and Kyra. Takes us to our third in the order, Great Britain's Matthew Body with City of Stars, owned by Harris Equestrian. I went out here on the grass during week 4 of the Winter Equestrian Festival for the British rider, piloting a City of Stars today for the Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix, a 9-year-old Holsteiner gelding by Clarimo. $16 jumping, 1 for time for Great Britain's Matthew Body with City of Stars at 77.05. Just exceeding the 77-second time allowed there with the Harris Equestrian entry. Simone Widman are next to go with the Cloileron Fay. The German rider owns his mount, the 12-year-old mare by Classic Bois Margot. Knockdowns at 12A and B. It's 8 in the field and additional 2 penalties coming on the clock with that time of 78.04 for Simone Widman and Cloileron Fay. Time 78.04. Top 5 combination and Grand Prix action in Ocala this season. It's Ireland's Paul O'Shea next with Emerald Vanity-Voorhoff. The Belgian-bred gelding by Emerald, jointly owned by the Emerald Partners and Equestrian Farms. For Ireland's Paul O'Shea, our 5th to show. Knockdowns at the final 2 obstacles, 12B and 13, to finish on 8 for Paul O'Shea and Emerald Vanity-Voorhoff, the time 74.57. Toe sounding for Sarah Siegel, our next to go. 5th place rider in our Horseware Ireland 4-star Grand Prix during the season, as Sarah with the ride for the Horatio Street Ventures, Flemington, New Jersey, with the 12-year-old French-bred gelding Tom Hanks by Biscuit Belusi. $18 the total, 16 in the field, 2 on the clock at 78.72 for the USA Sarah Siegel and Tom Hanks. Nations Cup rider for Canada with the top Grand Prix placings throughout the season this year. Chris Pratt next to go with Ideal ES. The Dutch red gelding by Ocado, a Canadian riding for Take the High Road, LLC. 74.70, just the 4. Coming at 12B for Chris Pratt. And take the high roads, Ideal ES. Third rider for Germany to get the start in today's Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. This is Tiara Bleicher with her own Alfra van Beek Z. Owner and rider aboard the 12-year-old stallion by El Salvador, Tiara Bleicher with Alfra van Beek Z. Knocked down at the first fence with the 2 against the clock. Home on a total of 6 for Germany's Tiara Bleicher with Alfra van Beek Z. Colombian rider Pablo Mejia with his and the Newsprint Farms Lontender. 10-year-old Dutch Better Gelding by up to date for the Colombian, our 9th to show. Finishing on 8:76.36 the time with the 2 knockdowns for Colombia's Pablo Mejia and Lontender. USA's Delaney Flynn, our 10th in the order for the Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix today. Delaney last year with the top Grand Prix placings in Traverse City, Saugerties, and in Ottawa. Riding for the Windsor Show Stables, East Windsor, Connecticut, with the 12-year-old mare Cassinia. Total of 8 with the knockdowns at 9 and at 12. B for Delaney Flynn and the Windsor Show Stables Cassinia. Ireland's Daniel Cairns are next to go with Diaset. Wins at this year's Winter Equestrian Festival, picked up a blue ribbon in Miami last week. And the Irishman showing for Gotham Enterprises with the 11-year-old Hanoverian mare. Daniel Cairns and Diaset. Just the 4 faults with a knockdown at 12A for Daniel Cairns. And the Gotham Enterprises Diaset, time 74.43. Just the late knockdown at 12A. Top 15 in the world standings, and a winner this year here in Wellington, Terra Nova, and in Ocala, Israel's Daniel Blumen. For the Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix, partnered with the 9-year-old Dutch-bred mare Melina. Israel's Daniel Blumen, our 12th to go. First clear round, it comes from Israel's Daniel Blumen with Melina on a time of 75.39. Our first penalty-free effort coming from number 14 in the world standings, said the rider for Israel. Robert Blanchett are next to go, and the Irishman showing for Ryder Smith, Watsonville, California with Chardonnay. Third place combination from the Live Oak International Grand Prix just a few weeks ago. Robert Blanchett and the 15-year-old Westphalian mare by Comme Il Faut, Ryder Smith's Chardonnay. $75.91 with a pair of knockdowns to finish on 8 for Ireland's Robert Blanchett and Chardonnay. Canadian Tiffany Foster with Artisan Farms and Kent Farrington LLC owned Battle Cry. Top 100 in the world standings. Three-time Olympian partnered with a 12-year-old Belgian-bred gelding by Vigo Darschultz. It's Tiffany Foster with Battle Cry. Our 14th to show. Just the one clear so far. Daniel Blumen with Melina. Second clear round, it comes from Pan American gold medalist Tiffany Foster, the Canadian piloting Battle Cry. To our second clear round for today's Bainbridge Company's three-star Grand Prix. Daniel Blumen clear with Melina. Tiffany Foster assuring us of a jump-off by going clear with Battle Cry. That'll take us to our 15th in the order, and the USA's Michael Walton gets to start next with Blues RW. 13-year-old Westphalian gelding by Untouched. The ride for Mia Morano, Michael Walton, Blues RW. Pair of knockdowns. It's a score of 8 for Michael Walton with the Blues RW just within the time allowed. Luis Pedro Biederman and Vasco 109. Vasco 109 and 11-year-old Dutch bred gelding by Vigo, owned and shown by Argentina's Luis Pedro Biederman. Home on 8 with the 2 knockdowns for Argentina's Luis Pedro Biederman and his own Vasco 109. Nations Cup rider for Mexico. Our next on course, this is Alejandro Leonardo and his own flagship, De Hus. 11-year-old French-bred mare by Cornado Belinsky. And the rider from Mexico, Alejandro Leonardo, are first to 5 before the midway break. Just the front rail at that final fence will score the fort. Number 13 from Mexico's Alejandro Leonardo and his own flagship Deus. Two clear so far. Israel's Daniel Blumen with Melina. Canada's Tiffany Foster with a Battle Cry. Our penalty-free combinations to this point. Our 18th in the order, show jumping Hall of Famer with over 250 Grand Prix wins throughout her career. This is Margie Engel aboard Deaconess. Total of 9, 8 jumping with 1 on the clock at 77.53 for Margie Engel and Deaconess. A combination picking up ribbons at the 4- and 5-star level at the Winter Equestrian Festival this year. The USA's Bliss Ears and Ferrinho de Mec. Shown for the Bridgeside Farms, Las Vegas, Nevada, with the 11-year-old French-bred stallion. This is Bliss Ears, Ferrinho de Mec. A late knockdown at 12A and a 1 on the clock, exceeding the 77-second time allowed there at 77:38 for Bliss Ears in the Bridgeside Farms Farinha de Mec. Grand Prix winning combination from week 3 of the Winter Equestrian Festival, Brazil's Luciana Locio and her own Lady Louise J-Min. Our 20th to show round 1 of the Bainbridge Company's 3-star Grand Prix. Just the 4 fault, 74-14. Our second fastest forward to this point goes into 4th for Brazil's Luciana Locio with her own Lady Louise. Tanner Karakin to show next with Hermes Darmonville. Top 5 finishes up to the 5-star level this season for the U.S. rider, who today takes up the challenge for JD Legacy with the 9-year-old French-bred gelding by Candy de Nantuel. Tanner Karakin, Hermes Darmonville, our final before the midway break, round 1. (76-69), a score of 12 for Tanner Karakin and Hermes Darmonville, owned by JD Legacy. Taking us to the midway break for round 1 of the Bainbridge Company's 3-star Grand Prix. At the midway mark, 2 clear so far. World's number 14 ranked rider, Israel's Daniel Blumen, with the 9-year-old mare Melina. And a 3-time Olympic rider for Canada, Tiffany Foster, with Battle Cry, are 2 that are clear to this point. Today's three-star Grand Prix, sponsored by the Bainbridge Company, is a proud sponsor of the 2026 Winter Equestrian Festival and Equestrian Sport Productions annual show series, based here in Wellington with offices in Orlando, Tampa, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, Raleigh, Atlanta, Dallas, and Austin. Bainbridge is one of the nation's premier owners, developers, builders, and managers of multifamily real estate. We'll take about 8 minutes here for the roller break, and we'll be back underway with another 21 to show.
Bainbridge is a fully integrated multifamily real estate company who have developed and acquired more than 43,000 units, representing $8.1 billion in transactions since inception. With over 650 associates nationally, Bainbridge engages in virtually every step of the real estate process, from development and construction, acquisition and disposition, asset management, and third-party management of multifamily real estate. Bainbridge is an award-winning, nationally ranked developer, owner, and builder of luxury multifamily communities across the eastern U.S. and Southeast. Our team of experienced and knowledgeable professionals is devoted to creating exceptional living experiences for all of our residents and building lasting and mutually beneficial relationships with our partners and clients. Bainbridge is headquartered in Wellington, Florida, with offices and apartment communities across Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Texas, Virginia, and Maryland. As we continue to grow, we are actively expanding our footprint across the Midwest, Southeast, and Mid-Atlantic markets. To learn more, visit www.bainbridgecompanies.com.
Florida Coast Equipment understands the equestrian way of life, and everything you introduce into that life should be uniquely created to perform within it. So, we created the Kubota Winner Circle tractor package, designed exclusively for riders who expect uncompromising power, precision, and performance. Because every seasoned equestrian knows it has to be a Kubota.
There's a gentler side of Florida, just waiting for you to discover it, where America's first resort destination was built and genuine hospitality began. A place with cleaner sands, warmer waters, and fewer crowds. A place different than the rest, one that exceeds, excels, and surpasses all expectation, waiting here just for you. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches.
My first goal when I decided to be a professional, it's to become like the best horsewoman I can be. It's really important for me to find a balance with my family, with the horses, that is my passion. Work with the horses every day to do what I love. I used to have like one passion was the horses, and now I have two. It's my daughter, so I really want to have this balance in my life. I'm Marie Ecart, I'm a professional show jumper representing France, and I'm Lola's mom. Be mindful, be present, turn on your brain.
We've seen 21, and coming out of the break, we have two clear at this point. Israel's Daniel Blumen with Melina, Canada's Tiffany Foster with Battle Cry. Another 21 to go for round one of the Bainbridge Company's three-star Grand Prix. We'll pick back up with a European Championship and World Games rider for Portugal. This is Luis Sabino Gonçalves and Scoop de Septon-Z. This combination picking up a three-star win in Ocala last month. The ride for the Sigma Stables for Portugal's Luis Sabino Gonçalves with the 12-year-old Zanger Zaragelding Scoop de Septon-Z. A clear round 74-93 for Portugal's Luis Sabino Gonçalves with the Scoop de Septon-Z. First to go after the roller break on the fault-free effort, and that gives us a total of 3 now qualifying for the jump-off. The Portuguese rider joining the list with Canada's Tiffany Foster and Israel's Daniel Blumen. It was a 1-2 finish in the Brain Juice Meter 45 two-phase on Thursday for our next rider on course. This is Lebanon Jadana with the 12-year-old Swedish red gelding Hitchcock de Dams. Clear it is for Jean-Donna and Hitchcock des Dames, bringing us up to a total of 4. Jean already a winner this week on the grass in our $32,000 Brain Juice Meter 45 on Thursday. Now one of our 4 qualified for the jump-off. An Olympian and a past Rolex Grand Prix winner, Israel's Ashley Bond, are next to go with Comme ci, comme ça. Piloting an entry on by Alexander Tyson of Woodland Hills, California. 9-year-old Irish bred mare by Comme il faut, Comme ci, comme ça, Ashley Bond. Two up for jumping, 12 on the clock for Israel's Ashley Bond with Alexander Tyson's Comme ci, comme ça. USA's John McCrae up next for the Windsor Show Stables with Chacorolino PS. Top 5 combination from the 5-star Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix at the Winter Equestrian Festival. The U.S. rider aboard the 11-year-old Oldenburg gelding by Chaco Blue. The Windsor Show Stables, Chacorolino PS and John McCrae. Clear round 75.96 for John McCrae and Chacorolino PS. We now have 5 qualified for the jump off. We had our 2 before the break. Daniel Blumen and Tiffany Foster since the roller break. Portugal's Luis Sabino Gonçalves, Jean-Donna for Lebanon, and now one for the U.S. with John McCrae and Chacorolino PS. Next rider on course, already a winner on the grass this week, taking the top call in the Bainbridge Company State Class. This is Quentin Judge with his top Grand Prix mount, H.H. Griffin Van de Heffink, owned by the Double H Farm. For jumping at 12B, 2 on the clock, 78.03. For Quentin Judge, H.H. Griffin Van de Heffink, a total of 6. Canada's Nicole Walker up next with the 11-year-old Belgian Warmblood Panther JVH by Le Bleu Diamond. For faults, 76.75 for Canadian Nicole Walker and her own Panther JVH. Catherine Hofstetler and Olympic Quality, owner rider from Austin, Texas. Top 10 combination from the 4-star WeatherTech Grand Prix during week 11. Catherine piloting an 11-year-old Belgian-bred gelding by Heartbreaker. Olympic Quality in the USA's Catherine Hofstetler. 11 the total, 8 in the field, and a 3 on the clock with a time of 79.03 for Catherine Huff-Stutler and Olympic quality. Grand Prix winner at WEF this season, and number 69 in the world standing, Charlotte Jacobs, to go next. The U.S. rider aboard an 11-year-old Swedish-bred mare owned by North Star. It's Charlotte Jacobs and Instrumental. Just catching the front rail at that final fence for Charlotte Jacobs Instrumental. The 4 faults at number 13 is 76.05. Top 50 in the world standings, and the Hermes Meter 50 Series champion this season, Colombia's Mark Blumen, up next for Over the Top Stables with Conquer PS. 12-year-old Oldenburg mare by Contargos, riding for the ownership group in Lake Ronkonkoma, New York, Mark Blumen and Conquer PS. Mark Blumen retires with the Conquer PS. We've seen 35 clear so far. Daniel Blumen, Tiffany Foster, Luis Subino Gonzalez, Jean Dana, and John McCrae are clear riders to this point. Another 12 to go for round 1 of the Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Winning combination of four-star action this season, Brazil's Gabriel dos Matos Machado for Divine Rising with Commander HKZ. A jumping one on the clock. Total of 9 for Gabriel dos Matos Machado and Commander HKZ. Tony Stormans are next to go. The German rider, number 43 in the U25 rankings aboard Donjon Deschaux. Tony, a Grand Prix winner under the lights here at Wellington, and picking up the ride for HS Sport Ferda with a 13-year-old French-bred gelding by Vigo CC. Just the 4 faults knocked down at number 10. The Bainbridge vertical down for Tony Stormans and Donjon Deschaux. Scoring 4 with the HS Sport Ferda entry. Currently in 12th with another 10 to go for round 1 of the Bainbridge Company's 3-star Grand Prix. Number 16 in the world are next up in the order. This is Belgium's Nicolas Philipparts with a Rolex Terleronc. And part of gold medal success for Team Belgium at the European Championships last year. Today piloting the 9-year-old De Gelding, Rolex Terleronc by Bamako de Muse, Belgium's Nicolas Philipparts. Front rail down at that final fence, just the four at 13 at 73.35. Our second fastest four-faulter over the round one track goes into seventh for Nicola Philippart. Christian Kukug, our fastest to four at 72.36, with Fantasia sitting in sixth behind our five that are qualified for the jump-off in today's Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Another 9 to get the start for round one, and our next up, an Olympian and a World Championship rider. For Colombia, this is Roberto Turan with Dezuktov. Clear round number 6. It comes from Colombia's Roberto Turan and Dezuktov at 73.51. Joining the list with the USA's John McRae, Lebanon's Jadana, Portugal's Luis Sabino Gonçalves, Canada's Tiffany Foster, and Israel's Daniel Blooming for what's shaping up to be a truly international jump-off round here for our Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Luis Fernando Larrazabal up next, and the Venezuelan rider aboard Feeling Chance. Number 54 in the world standings, and showing an entry owned by Marie Bourdin and Antoine Deschamps. 11-year-old French-bred mare by Corner Dobolinski, Feeling Chance, in Venezuela's Luis Fernando Larrazabal. Clear for Luis Fernando Razabal, feeling chance at 7. Now qualified for the jump off in the Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Representing Colombia, this is Elon Blumen and his own Acaju. Three-star Grand Prix winning combination, and Ocala getting the start next. The Colombian rider, also the owner of the 11-year-old Dutch-bred mare by Casalco, Elon Blumen. And Acaju, first of 7 remaining for round 1, 7 clear so far. Just a knockdown at 12B. That vertical at the Palm Beach Equine Clinic combination down for Colombia's Elon Blumen and his own Acaju. 73.81 the time with the 4 goes into 10th. Seven clear, another 6 to get the start. We welcome the USA's Blythe Caroli on course with Kingston. Owned by BK Equestrian, an 11-year-old Dutch-bred stallion by Brewer Stas. Blythe Caroli and Kingston are first of 6. Score of 8 for Blythe Caroli and BK Equestrians at Kingston. Top 10 on Thursday, top 5 on Friday, and winner of yesterday's Vault Insurance Speed Classic, the USA's Chloe Reed, are next to go. An entry owned by Team Reed, a 13-year-old Hanoverian gelding by Cascadello. Chloe Reed, crossover 4, our first of 5 remaining. Clear round, Chloe Reed, crossover 4. We now have 8 qualified for the jump off as the U.S. rider finishes up penalty free with the Team Reed entry on a time of 76:35. Rider for Ireland, this is Christian Coyle and his own Chicago. See him. "13-year-old Holsteiner gelding owned and shown by the Irishman. Chicago CM, Christian Coyle, first of 4 at round 1, 8 clear. Single knockdown, finishing on 4 for Ireland's Christian Coyle with his own Chicago CM. That'll lead in the first of 3 remaining for round 1. Number 67 ranked rider in the world. Aboard an entry from the Marigold Sport Horses, an 11-year-old French-bred gelding for Net Demerode by Cornado Belinsky. Clear it is, 75-73, and our ninth to qualify for the jump-off round. Number 67 in the world standings, the USA's Natalie Dean with Fournette Demerode. Another 2 to go before we set for the jump off in today's Bainbridge Company's 3-star Grand Prix. Our next rider on course, finishing as second in the qualifier this week, coming off an 8th place finish in yesterday's Vault Insurance Classic, Canada's Erin Ballard, aboard Colleen DeWill. The Olympian, number 32 in the world standings, has the ride for Elon Furter with the 10-year-old mare by Cornado Belinsky, Erin Ballard, and Colleen DeWill, first of 2. A score of 12 for Erin Ballard and Colleen DeWill. Time 75.06. One more to go, and that is the winner of this Grand Prix last year. Defending Spring 2 Grand Prix champion, number 4 in the world standings, Great Britain's Ben Mayer. The British rider took the top call in our qualifier on Friday of this week with Ginger Blue. Today, aboard Jane Forbes Clark's Nighthawk for the Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Final combination for round 1, Great Britain's Ben Mayer and the 10-year-old gelding by Staccato Gold, Nighthawk, owned by Jane Forbes Clark. Clear round from Great Britain's Ben Mayer, winning rider from the qualifier this week and a winning rider from the 2025 Spring 2 Grand Prix. He'll be back for the jump off with the Jane Forbes Clark entry Nighthawk, giving us a total of 10 qualified for the jump off. It'll be Israel's Daniel Blumen back first with Melina, followed by Canada's Tiffany Foster with a Battle Cry. Then the Portuguese rider Luis Sabino Gonçalves with Scoop du Septon Z. Jadana, already a winner this week, will go fourth on our callback list with Hitchcock de Rams, followed up by John McRae with Chacorolino PS. Sixth on the callback order, Roberto Terran with his own Des Uchthoff. Then we'll see Venezuela's Luis Fernando La Rosa Ball with Feeling Chance. Chloe Reed, winner in yesterday's Vault Insurance Speed Classic. The Border Crossover 4 is the 8th of our combinations to return. And Natalie Dean for the U.S. with Fournette Demerode, owned by the Marigold Sport Horses, our penultimate duo. And then Great Britain's Ben Mayer, number 4 ranked rider in the world, our 10th and final to jump off for today's 3-star Grand Prix, presented by the Bainbridge Companies, proud sponsor of the 2026 Equestrian Sport Productions annual show series, based here in Wellington with offices in Orlando, Tampa, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, Raleigh, Atlanta, Dallas, and Austin. Bainbridge is one of the nation's premier owners, developers, builders, and managers of multifamily real estate. We'll take 8 to 10 here for the course adjustment and the roller break ahead of the jump-off round at 10 over the short track for the Bainbridge Company's 3-star Grand Prix.
Bainbridge is a fully integrated multifamily real estate company who have developed and acquired more than 43,000 units, representing $8.1 billion in transactions since inception. With over 650 associates nationally, Bainbridge engages in virtually every step of the real estate process, from development and construction, acquisition and disposition, asset management, and third-party management of multifamily real estate. Bainbridge is an award-winning, nationally ranked developer, owner, and builder of luxury multifamily communities across the eastern U.S. and Southeast. Our team of experienced and knowledgeable professionals is devoted to creating exceptional living experiences for all of our residents and building lasting and mutually beneficial relationships with our partners and clients. Bainbridge is headquartered in Wellington, Florida, with offices and apartment communities across Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Texas, Virginia, and Maryland. As we continue to grow, we are actively expanding our footprint across the Midwest, Southeast, and Mid-Atlantic markets. To learn more, visit www.bainbridgecompanies.com.
Florida Coast Equipment understands the equestrian way of life, and everything you introduce into that life should be uniquely created to perform within it. So, we created the Kubota Winner Circle Tractor Package, designed exclusively for riders who expect uncompromising power, precision, and performance. Because every seasoned equestrian knows it has to be a Kubota.
There's a gentler side of Florida, just waiting for you to discover it, where America's first resort destination was built and genuine hospitality began. A place with cleaner sands, warmer waters, and fewer crowds. A place different than the rest, one that exceeds, excels, and surpasses all expectation, waiting here just for you. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches.
My first goal when I decided to be a professional, it's to become like the best horsewoman I can be. It's really important for me to find a balance with my family, with the horses. That is my passion. Work with the horses every day to do what I love. I used to have like one passion was the horses, and now I have two with my daughter. So I really want to have this balance in my life. I'm Marie Ecart. I'm a professional show jumper representing France, and I'm Lola's mom. Be mindful, be present, turn on your brain.
Nobody tells you how quickly they move into your heart, or how quietly they become your whole world. They'll teach you patience without a word, courage without a question. You're not crazy. They just don't know horses like we do.
Tend to jump off for the Bainbridge Company's three-star Grand Prix. Ten riders in the jump off representing 8 nations in today's three-star Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. First to compete over the short track, a rider for Israel, top 15 in the world standings. This is Daniel Blumen with Melina. Double clear today for Israel's Daniel Blumen and the 9-year-old mare Melina. Pace set in combination at 46.75 in the jump-off round for the Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Another top 100 rider and our qualified field for the jump-off today. This is Canada's Tiffany Foster with Battle Cry. 46.75, time to beat. .46.13, quicker by a little over half a second. Tiffany Foster and a Battle Cry, the combination to beat now, and the Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Coming in 0.6 of a second quicker than Daniel Blumen with a 9-year-old mare Melina. Tiffany Foster now leads with a Battle Cry. Luis Sabino Gonçalves up next with Scoop de Septonzi. 46.13, the time to catch. .46.67, and that'll go into second place for Luis Sabino Gonçalves. Double clear today with the Sigma Stables Scoop de Septonzi. Canada's Tiffany Foster still leads our first three over the jump off at track, all within 0.6 of a second of each other here for the Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Already a winner on the week, Lebanon Jardana up next with the 12-year-old gelding Hitchcock des Dames. 46.13. The time to catch. Lebanon Jardana almost at 2 seconds shaved off of that previous leading time, taking the lead with Hitchcock des Dames at 44.35 for our winning rider in the Brain Juice meter, 45 from Thursday this week. Lebanon Jadana leads. Canada's Tiffany Foster in second. Portugal's Luis Sabino Gonçalves in third. Fifth on the jump-off list, this is the USA's John McCrae with the ride for Windsor Show Stables with Chocolino PS. .44.35, the time to beat. Knocked down in the jump off at 8B. The vertical remaining from the Bainbridge triple combination, 48.28. The time goes into fifth for John McCrae and Chocolino PS. Next to challenge Colombia's Roberto Terán and his own Dezuktov. 44.35, time to beat Seba Lebanon Jadana and Hitchcock des Dames. Eight in the jump off, 47 flat. The time for Roberto Terán and Dezuktov. Venezuela, the next nation represented in the jump-off round. This is Luis Fernando Larrazabal with the 11-year-old French-bred mare Feeling Chance. 44.35, the time to catch. Jump off 4 at 8C. The Bainbridge combination, 48.53 the time for Venezuela's Luis Fernando Larrazabal. And a Feeling Chance. Jadonna still leads at 44.35. Tiffany Foster in second. Luis Sabino Gonçalves in third. Next to go, winning rider from yesterday's Vault Insurance Speed Classic, the USA's Chloe Reed with Team Reed's Crossover 4. 44.35, the leading time. Double clear, and with the jump-off time of 49.10, and that will go into fifth for Chloe Reed and Team Reed's Crossover 4. Another rider for the U.S. in the jump-off round, number 67 in the world standings. This is Natalie Dean for the Marigold Sport Horses with the 11-year-old gelding Fournette de Merode. 44.35, the time to catch. .48.86. Clearing the jump off, Natalie Dean takes over fifth in the standings with one remaining in the jump off round for the Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Looking to repeat as the Spring 2 champion, Great Britain's Ben Mayer, final, and the jump off the ride for Jane Forbes Clark with Nighthawk. .44.35, the time to beat. 4 in the jump off round, 45.81. The time that'll finish in 7th as our fastest 4. And the jump off for the Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Top call, we'll go to Lebanon Jadana with Hitchcock des Dames. Canada's Tiffany Foster finishing 2nd with Battle Cry. 3rd place honors to Luis Sabino Gonçalves, the Portuguese rider, and the Sigma Stables Scoop du Septon Z. In 4th, Israel's Daniel Blumen with his own Melina. USA's Natalie Dean takes 5th with the Marigold Sport horses Fournette de Morode. 6th for Chloe Reed and Team Reed's crossover 4. Our fastest 4 falter in the jump off is Great Britain's Ben Mayer. 7th with the Jane Forbes Clark's Nighthawk. 8th for John McCrane, the Windsor Show Stables Chacorolino PS. 9th award goes to Venezuela's Luis Fernando Larrazabal with Feeling Chance. 10th for Roberto Turan and his own Des Uchthoff. Our fastest 4 in the first round. Germany's Christian Kukuk takes 11th with Fantasia, and rounding out the ribbons in 12th, Belgium's Nicola Philipparts with the Rolex Terleron. Bringing back our top 3 for today's 3-star $120,000 Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Bainbridge is a proud sponsor of the 2026 Equestrian Sport Productions Annual Show Series, based here in Wellington with offices in Orlando, Tampa, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, Raleigh, Atlanta, Dallas, and Austin. Bainbridge is one of the nation's premier owners, developers, builders, and managers of multifamily real estate. Richard Schechter, Chairman and CEO of the Bainbridge Company, is here to present to our top 3. First up for photos, our 3rd place combination on the afternoon. Congratulations to Portugal's Luis Sabino Gonçalves with the Sigma Stables Scoop du Septon Z. Double clear on the day, jump off time 46.67 for the Portuguese rider, partnered with the 12-year-old Zangers out of Gelding by Hunters Centro. Luis Sabino Gonçalves 3rd in the Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. 2nd place honors going to 3-time Olympian and Pan American Games gold medalist Canada's Tiffany Foster, picking up the red rosette this afternoon with an entry jointly owned by Artisan Farms and Kent Farrington LLC. Tiffany Foster guiding Battle Cry to the 2nd place finish, the 12-year-old Belgian-bred gelding by Vigo. Congratulations, Canada's Tiffany Foster, 2nd in the 3-star Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. And our next rider capping off what's been a good week on the grass. He was 1st and 2nd in the Brain Juice Meter 45 on Thursday, 2nd in yesterday's Vault Insurance Speed Classic. Now the top honors in the biggest class of the week, the 3-star $120,000 Bainbridge Grand Prix. Congratulations to Lebanon Jadana with Hitchcock des Dames. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove cover for the national anthem of Lebanon in honor of today's Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix winner, Jad Dana. Congratulations again to our top three. Third award going to Portugal's Luis Sabino Gonçalves with Scoop de Septon Z. Canada's Tiffany Foster second with Battle Cry and picking up his second win on the grass this week. Congratulations to Lebanon Jad Dana, the win with Hitchcock des Dames. Lebanon Jad Dana with the win. Canada's Tiffany Foster second. Portugal's Luis Sabino Gonçalves in third for today's three-star Bainbridge Company's Grand Prix. Thank you to Richard Schechter, Chairman and CEO of the Bainbridge Companies, for being on hand for our presentation.